Alright, this one's called Romeo and Juliet, as far as I know. Music done by some other guy, just YouTubed it. Here you go. Bear with me, I'm reading off a paper. Romeo was 18 at the time, Juliet was 17, but they both made up their mind that it was meant to be and it was love at first sight. They could never find another better that would take the other's place forever. They'd hang up at the park until sunset, innocent relationship, sex wasn't a part of the fun yet. They never got to be alone, then one day he brought her to his home. Needless to say, they both loved each other. One thing turned to another, they crawled under the covers. Turned off the light, she could still see that he loved her. He felt it when he touched her. Neither of them were nervous, it was basically perfect. Romeo thought it was magic, and so it seemed on the surface. Then to Romeo's surprise, Juliet started to cry. He turned on the light, spotted the bruises on her stomach and thighs. Now he's going crazy in his head, trying not to lose it, but knows he's got to defend his precious Juliet, and he'll do it to the end. Thoughts start running through his head, baby chivalry isn't dead. How could a father do this to his own daughter, abuse and mentally slaughter, leaving wounds too deep for a doctor? Romeo just couldn't understand, he kept on stuttering, shocked as ever. Juliet never did anything to deserve the underhand. So many thoughts racing through his head. What can he do? He can't sit and back and act like he's blind. Finally, he decided what he was going to do tonight. He got into the car and started to drive. Juliet passenger side. Knock, knock, knock. Banging on Juliet's door while she sat in the car. Juliet's dad opened the door, smoking a dark cigar. Romeo snapped the second he saw him, pushing her dad and on his back, stood right above him as he started to yell to the point where he spat. Now they arguing back and forth, but Romeo can't take any more tonight. He reached down to his waist and grabbed his father's .45, aimed it right in his face, only intended to leave him shocked. But the father dropped as Romeo heard the sound of the shot. Now he's going crazy in his head, trying not to lose it, but he knows he's gonna defend his precious Juliet. He'll do it to the end. Thoughts start running through his head, baby chivalry isn't dead. Romeo turned around, Juliet standing staring at the ground. After a few, she turned around and ran straight up out the house. Hopped back in the passenger seat without saying a word, she didn't even cry. He hopped in the seat and started to drive, Bonnie and Clyde. She told him how much she loved him, that she was no longer hopeless, her sorrow was over. Now they just had to get away at the moment. Needless to say, somebody heard the shots, cause as they got to the end of the block, they saw the flashing light of the cops. Now he's going crazy in his head, trying not to lose it, but he knows he's gotta defend his precious Juliet, and he'll do it to the end. Thoughts start running through his head, baby chivalry ain't dead.